Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. I would like to introduce to you 3 articles of interest. And before I do that, I would like to let you know that this is for review, informational, and educational purposes. It's not to take the credit for the intellectual property of the article. The full credit to the intellectual property of the article goes to the publisher, which in this case is the Wall Street Journal or WSJ, and the story by David Michaels and Miles Krupa, if I pronounced his name right. Excuse me. Headline reads, Google should be forced to sell Chrome browser, Justice Department says. And ahead of you, you see the Chrome browser on the mobile phone. Caption reads, Google should be forced to sell the Chrome browser, Justice Department says. Copyright Gabby Jones / Bloomberg News. The Justice Department on Wednesday said Google should have to sell off its popular Chrome browser as part of a court-ordered fix of its monopolization of the online search market. The request follows the government's victory this year as an antitrust case against Google and is likely to kick off a heightened legal fight with wide-reaching implications for the tech giant's core business. Government lawyers said competition can only be restored if Google separates its search engine from its products and has built to access the internet, such as Chrome and the Android mobile operating system. Chrome controls about 2/3 of the global browser market, according to the website StatCounter. Searches in the Chrome address bar go through Google unless the user changes the settings. Yeah, I'm not sure how that's a monopoly if you've got so many browsers out there. The search engine itself, well, you also have Bing. You also have other search engines. I'm not sure how it's a monopoly, but that's what they claim. Excuse me. The Justice Department also requested that Google be prevented from giving preferential access to its search engine on devices that its Android mobile operating system. If Google violated that rule in the future, it would have to divest Android as well as under the government's proposal. Android runs on billions of smartphones from manufacturers such as Samsung, along with Google's own Pixel devices. Google would also be forbidden from paying to be the default search engine on any browser, including Chrome, under its new owner. Google currently pays Apple's tens of billions of dollars a year to be the default on its Safari browser. Well, that's interesting. And related video, Shop Smarter Not Harder, Google's AI-powered retail revolution, as per Money Talks News. And that will be available upon the publishing of this review, as it's only going to be available from my Rumble channel, as YouTube does not allow links from the articles to be in the comments section. So what I'll do is I'll put in YouTube, as I'll have this uploadable to YouTube and Rumble, as I'll put in the comments section the name of my Rumble channel and the link to my Rumble channel. From there, you just go to my Rumble channel, and then just click on to copy paste the link into your URL browser, such as open another tab, etc. And then you'll be able to go to the article, and then you'll be able to watch this video. Quote, the remedy must enable and encourage the development of an unfettered search ecosystem that induces entry, competition, and innovation as rivals vie to win the business of consumers and advertisers. Excuse me. Unquote, Department and over 24 state plaintiffs wrote. The government's proposal also goes after Google's role in the young artificial intelligence market, which is starting to displace traditional search. The Justice Department wants the court to compel Google to allow website publishers to opt out of having their data used to train its AI models. Good idea. Alternatively, the search engine could pay publisher to use their data. Kent Walker, Google president of global affairs, described the Justice Department's suggested remedy as a, quote, a wildly overbroad proposal, unquote, that would, quote, harm Americans and American global technology partners, or leadership, unquote. He said Google would be, Google would file its own proposed remedy in court in December. About half the U.S. search engines go through the products where Google has paid to be the default, including Android phones, Apple devices, and browsers such as Firefox, according to the U.S. District Judge Amit Mehta's opinion. Another 20% goes to the Chrome browsers that users have downloaded themselves and act themselves in default to Google search. Of course, you can easily just change that, so I don't really see what the big deal is, but anyway. Advertisements next to search results encountered for 57% of Google's parent Alphabet's $307 billion of revenue last year. Well, it's big money. Meta will oversee a trial starting in April to decide how to address Google's antitrust violations. The judge has said he plans to decide by August. Google is expected to appeal his decision. That could delay an impact for ruling of months or years. And drastic proposal. Wednesday's filing in the capstone of the legal effort by Biden administration antitrust enforcers to dilute the prominence of Google, Apple, and Amazon.com. Google was the first in the defendants to get to a courtroom, and proposal to spin off Chrome shows how the governments will go to cut the giants down to size. Or that is, text giants down to size. In an opinion 25 years ago, judges on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit vacated a lower court's order to break up Microsoft. They suggested the remedy was only appropriate when a monopoly had been formed through mergers as opposed to organically grown. Yeah, in my opinion, Microsoft's operating system is much more of a technically it's not a monopoly, but it's much more of a monopoly than Google's search engine. Because you think about how many laptops are running on Windows, okay? So let's say you have a PC. How often do you get a chance to run on Linux? You see, so technically you can download Linux for free, but the thing is, that's much more of a monopoly, in my opinion, than Google's search engine. While the Justice Department will gain a new antitrust chief after President-elect Donald Trump takes office, Republicans have generally supported antitrust action against the company. The department filed the lawsuit in 2020 when Trump was president. Google's policy of pre-installing its search engine on Android devices and defaulting Chrome searches to itself have made it nearly impossible for rivals to gain the users and data required to improve their search engines and complete. Meta ruled early this year. Well, there's one simple thing. What you do is you mandate that all the browsers are installed, and then you let the user decide which one they want to use. So because Mozilla Firefox has their own search engine, Microsoft has their own search engine, see that? So what you do is you install all of them on there. Then from there, the user can decide what they want. I think that's probably the best option for now. Spinning off Chrome and Android would be the most effective way to ensure other search engines get an opportunity to compete, says Fiona Scott Morton, a Yale University economist who served in the Justice Department during the Obama administration. As long as Google controls them, it will have a strong incentive to steer users towards its own search engine, she argued. The Justice Department and the dozens of states excuse me, that joined the lawsuit went back and forth on potential remedies in recent days. He initially planned to ask for a spin-off of Chrome only if Google failed to comply with limits on how it searched to its other products. How it ties the search to other products, yes. But on Wednesday, the plaintiffs decided to seek a sale of Chrome independent of any other conditions, people familiar with the matter said. Chrome's importance to Google. Android and Chrome have been central to Google's fortune over the past 2 decades. Google's CEO Sundar Pichai helped lead development of Chrome in 2008 and later oversaw Android, and its creator Andy Rubin stepped aside for his leadership role. If Google sold Chrome, the new owner would select a copy to be the default search engine, or users might have to choose an option. But here's the problem: is you sell the search engine to someone else, that whoever has it now has the monopoly. So, are you really solving the problem? Probably not. As the world's most popular search engine, Google would likely still get many queries through Chrome, Safari, and other browsers. If the Justice Department gets its way, even a small loss could upend an industry in which competition, including Microsoft's Bing and independent DuckDuckGo, have single-digit market share. So yeah, that's the one I was referring to with Mozilla Firefox browser. A divestiture of Chrome could also deprive Google of user data that could help deliver targeted advertisements. Google encourages users to sign in when using Chrome, which makes it easier for the company to track the online activity. The Justice Department's proposal asks for Google to have its share in search data with competitors. And so that's the first article of our review. Let's go to our second article of the review. And as usual, I would like to let you know that this is for review, informational and educational purposes. It's not to take the credit for the intellectual property of the article. The full credit of the intellectual property of the article goes to the publisher, which in this case is Interesting Engineering, and the story by Kapil Kajal. Headline reads, NYU scientists create crystals to extract water from air using energy. And if you see sort of a graphical representation of that, or some sort of picture under a microscope or something. And the caption reads, NYU scientists create crystals to extract water from air without using energy. Okay. A team of researchers from Jilin University and NYU Abu Dhabi Smart Materials Lab and the Center for Smart Engineering Materials, led by Professor of Chemistry Pants Namov, have developed a new crystalline material that can harvest water from fog without any energy input. An innovative type of smart crystal, Janus crystals, is inspired by desert plants and animals that thrive in arid conditions. For instance, desert beetles and lizards have evolved in surface structures with hydrophilic, that is, water-attracting, and hydrophobic, water-repelling areas, effectively capturing moisture from the air. Water is attracted to the hydrophilic areas and then accumulated and transported through the hydrophobic areas. Crystals. Professor Nomov explained, quote, the crystals developed by our team will not only take advantage of the mechanical flexibility and optical transparency of organic crystals, that may also pave the way for designing active, self-sensing, and efficient surface active harvesters. When employed on a larger scale, the materials could help combat water scarcity on a societal level. And ahead of you is a related video entitled Free Energy Device Experiment, Science Ideas, as per Ideas Corner. And this video will be available upon publishing of this review, but only on Rumble will you be able to get the link to the article, because YouTube does not allow links to articles in the comment section. So what I'll do, of course, as I said before, I'll have this uploaded, of course, to YouTube and also to Rumble. But in the YouTube comment section, I'll have the name of my Rumble channel and the link to my Rumble channel, and from there, you can use the link that's in the comment section, go to this article, and then you can watch the video that way. The research findings are detailed in the paper titled Efficient Aerial Water Harvesting with Self-Sensing Dynamic Janus Crystals, unquote, recently published in the Journal of American Chemical Society. The research team identified the organic compounds with high chemical versatility by cultivating elastic organic crystals. Researchers tested how different materials interact with airborne water, forming genus crystals. These crystals possess distinct hydrophilic and hydrophobic regions of the surfaces. The hydrophilic area effectively captures water, while the hydrophobic section facilitates the transfer of collected water to a designated receptacle. The genus crystals demonstrate an exceptionally high efficiency and capturing humidity from the atmosphere, showcasing a remarkable ability for water collection. The slim, light, translucent design enables researchers to observe the process of fog droplet collection and condensation in real time, using light as a monitoring tool. Water from air. Desalination is a widely utilized method for generating potable water from salt water. However, the process of extracting dissolved salt requires significant energy input, making it an energy-intensive solution. Excuse me. The genus crystals enable airborne humidity or fog to condense spontaneously under ambient conditions. This process allows for efficient moisture collection without the need for additional energy input, highlighting the unique properties of the crystals to facilitate water harvesting from the environment. It requires no energy input, potentially providing an endless source of clean energy. The genus crystals significantly advance over previously reported porous organic crystals by integrating water collection and delivery functionalities on the surfaces. The innovative design facilitates a high-efficiency water harvesting process, optimizing water collection even in ambient conditions. Quote, the Earth's atmosphere contains an abundance of untapped fresh water, but we urgently need materials that can effectively capture and collect the humidity and condense it into potable water, unquote, says Lamov. Quote, the crystals developed by our team not only will leverage the mechanical compliance and optical transparency of the organic crystals, but also pave the way for design of active self-sensing and efficient surface-active harvesters that, when used at a larger scale, can help us combat water scarcity on a societal level. So that will do it for our second article. Let's go to a third and final article of the review. Excuse me. All right, for a third and final article of the review, I would like to let you know that this is for review, informational, and educational purposes. It's not to take the credit for the intellectual property of the article. The full credit of the intellectual property of the article goes to the publisher, which in this case is PC Gamer. Excuse me. And this story by Andy Esser. Headline reads, diamonds are for chip cooling, not just for forever, at least according to the tech startup promising 20 degrees Celsius temperature reductions. That's huge. Diamonds are cool, well, ethically sourced ones are anyway. This way I've learned from a lifetime of watching heist movies, rap videos, and loud, obnoxious people shoving them in their face at parties to show me exactly how much their partner values them, or some such, as the author puts it. But according to Akash Systems, they might actually be the future of chip cooling. Via Tom's Hardware, the company has recently signed a, quote, non-binding preliminary memorandum of terms for $18.2 million of CHIPS Act funding, alongside $50 million of federal and state tax credits, to scale up production of diamond-cooled semiconductors, and that's pretty hip and happening, if you ask me, according to the author. While the exact methodology for how the diamond cooling technology works remains under wraps, the company has released a soaring soundtrack-filled promotional video to explain the tech, and the claims are pretty impressive. The cache system claims it has fused synthetic diamonds with conductive materials like gallium nitride to make semiconductors. Diamonds is said to be 5 times more thermally conductive than copper, making it perfect for dissipating heat from electronic devices. Diamond doesn't conduct electricity, however, so this fusing technique is supposed to be, quote, best of both worlds, unquote, scenario where devices using the material are both capable of functioning in a conventional way while being much more thermally efficient, allowing chips to draw more power while running cooler than the conventional chip materials currently allow. And ahead of you, we have a related video from YouTube. It's entitled Akash Systems, How Our Technology Works. And that will be available upon publishing of the review. But the link to this article will only be available on Rumble, as YouTube does flag videos that have links to articles in the comments section. So what I'm going to do in the YouTube comments, as I will of course have this review uploaded to YouTube and Rumble, is I'll have in the YouTube comments section, I'll have the name of my Rumble channel and the link to my Rumble channel. What you'll do is you'll take that link and you'll put it in the URL bar as usual, and you'll go to my channel, and from there you'll be able to see the link to this article. Okay, so that will be in the Rumble comment section. So moving on, how much more efficient? Well, a cache system is claiming 20% Celsius hotspot temperature reduction, along with potentially 50% reduced fan speeds, 25% more overclocking, a double potential server lifetime, and a less thermal throttling overall. I'll believe it when I see it, but on the face of it, yes, please, as the author puts it. Akash Systems says the diamond cooling tech is also revolutionizing satellite communications, thanks to materials' heat-busting properties leading to 5 to 10 times faster data rates, increased reliability, and a 50% smaller form factor. Still, whether the CHIPS Act funding will ever be received remains a major question mark for now. While its first step is an important one, there will be many hurdles to pass the funding that could potentially be agreed. Not to mention, with the new U.S. government incoming, CHIPS Act funding looks to be in a precarious position. President-elect Donald Trump has previously been critical of the Act as a whole, so companies are now racing to get contracts approved before his administration takes over on January 20, 2025. All that being said, the diamond cooling tech seems promising. Anything allows for more efficient chip strikes as a good thing to me, although whether that means my PC gets shinier on the inside remains unclear. At some point in the near future, I'd like to wear it around my neck like Flavor Flav, as the author put it. Just spitballing ideas here, don't all jump at me at once, as the author put it. And ahead of you see, this is a tower with the insides of the case. And the caption reads, Naughty Windows 11 24H2 has been tidying up toys, leaving an deletable 8.63 gigabyte updated cache for some users. And that will do it for our third article of the review. Before I conclude the review, I would like to ask you one question about those 3 articles. The first one, namely, is Google should be forced to sell Chrome browser, Justice Department says. The second one is NYU scientists create crystals to extract water from air without using energy. And the third one is diamonds are for chip cooling, not just forever, at least according to this tech startup's promising 20% Celsius temperature reductions. What do you think of these 3 articles? Are they interesting? Are they relevant to your life? Do they provide enough information? You're welcome to give your opinion in the comments below. Just one thing I do ask is you just keep it civil. And we're looking for constructive criticism or constructive opinions, not deconstructive, as we're trying to add a positive experience to this and not a negative experience, of course. So I'd like to take this time to thank you for watching this review, as you could be watching any other current events or science and technology review, but you watch mine, so I greatly appreciate it. As this did provide value for you, what I'd like you to do is please click like on the video. That way I'll be pushing the algorithm and more people will be able to view it and enjoy it. If you haven't already, please click the subscribe button. That way I'll have access to all the content on this channel, as I certainly do have variety on this channel for you to view and enjoy. So yeah, I have a variety of content. I'm going to be adding more content, and I'll be uploading more videos as well. Also, if you haven't already, please click the bell button. That way you'll be notified of all my future videos. That way when a new video of mine comes out, you won't miss it, because you'll be notified accordingly. So I'd like to wish you a great day wherever you are in the world. Take care, and I'll talk to you next